Honestly, it's about the size of 300 people. It's big-ish, but you can definitely meet everyone in there.
Yeah.
Still, though, based off of its location and how close it is to the other kingdom, that is more or less a clue of what's in the other kingdom. I'm not going to give context clues because you're not in that adventure or haven't gone towards that direction. I'm not going to say it's not part of the adventure, but I am going to say you're not there right now, so I don't have to tell you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you've already been to the observatory, so that information you already have. You've already been to the library, you got it, and you're heading towards Isle now. So while you're walking there, Opal does state, okay, it doesn't seem like you guys know this place very well. Vol does state, I mean, you're not wrong. I've been there, but always with people that, drive me, technically. Remind me again how you're not crownies?
Just to get off topic from that, Dust will be like, I'm actually from much further south. I probably have never been this far north in my life, so.
Oh, out of towner. Okay. Like, how far are we talking? Actually, the only far south place I've been was Barda. So, we're talking Barda? Are we talking further than that? Like, Hydra, Wuyon, Yupta? What are we talking about?
Much further than that. My clan is from the border of Dust, and what's the kingdom that's to the right of Isle?
To the right of Isle is Dusk.
I mean,
no, wait, sorry. You just
isn't Dust right below Isle?
Yeah, my bad. That was
okay. And then what was right of Dust?
Yeah. I'm gonna go to my world information. It's been a while since I've actually had to see this.
Yeah, I want to say it's Mist, but I'm not 100% sure.
I believe it's Mist. In fact, I am probably 100% sure it's Mist. Because to the north is Frost, to the south is Dust, and Aquas is to the left. So I am, it's Mist.
Okay, that it would be Mist, and Dust would be like, my clan is from the borders of between Dust and the kingdoms of Dust and Mist, and I come from just a little bit further north of that location.
Oh, the Shadows and Nomads. That makes sense. I mean, sand, scary, spooky things. All right, I believe that.
Yeah, Dust is actually the scary, spooky person in the party, or in our group. He's really intimidating.
Looks at the group. Not that hard to believe. You see Vol, like, 22, and actually she's 23. 23, not that scary looking. There is more like constant mean mug is the nice way I'm going to put it. But not that scary. Grog's like 19, fresh out of the Academy of Fighting. Too green. And then there's Nikolai, who's... Nikolai and Ada. She doesn't get a good read on her, other than she likes her style of clothing. So, take that however you want. Opal does...
No, we continue?
Yeah. You continue. You do spend a night and then another night soon after. Ironically enough, you did take Opal, so nothing happens.
Ironically, very much so.
Take that however you will. A few days after your initial travel, after resting, relaxing, more or less communicating with Opal about currently what was happening and what was going on. If you decided not to and were just traveling with her because you invited her and you had no idea what to do, that's perfectly fine. But when you guys get so close, you can actually see the gate and the stables where you can put your wagon and horses. She stops way before you can actually like shout and the guards will hear you. You're still near the horses though. She turns over towards you guys, like enough that everyone can hear her, so she doesn't have to shout. And she does state, "All right, here's the thing."
Hmm?
Oh, sorry, I was reading a message. Oh wait, why am I using her vocal patterns? Uh, my bad. I was reading a message. I'm sorry about that. Open the state. Here's the thing. I'm gonna change the way I talk, the way I communicate, and the way not really how people see me. Because honestly, look at me, I'm definitely at least a 7 out of 10. Just
What
saying.
did you do?
Oh, nothing illegal that's been found out. It's more people don't like the way I normally do things. It's just easier this for me. So if you can like not, completely call me out on that, it'd be great.
Okay.
I believe I'm going to spy.
Okay.
I mean, you still gotta pull your weight. I mean, I didn't want you to just join just because I was felt like I felt bad, but still, I'm glad you led us this far. So.
I mean, I'm fine without. Without. She would say without. She pauses and then states, "I'm fine with pulling my own weight. That's not really an issue. It's just when I meet new people, and especially in towns, I'd rather leave on good terms than leave on bad terms."
I know how that feels.
All right, fair enough. She does state, and then looking towards your wagon and horses. You gonna take them into the stalls, or are we gonna walk them in? Because they're only really allowed if we have like merchandise and stuff.
We're gonna leave him here.
All right.
You can take care of the horses, right?
What?
Hmm?
Nikolai, no, there's people here to take care of them.
Oh, sorry. She just normally takes care of the horses. I assumed. My bad.
Vera does state. Honestly, I prefer to stay with the horses than you, but I do need to put in my reports. That's honestly true. So perhaps later, when we may or may not require them, or if you decide to continue on without me, we will see. But as soon as you get close enough to the horse stables, and some of the horses do neigh in the area, a very blue, bright tiefling comes over with a brimming smile, eyes. If they had an emotion, it's definitely a big fat smile. Oh, welcome. Oh, these are one of my wagons. Welcome. I forgot the name of the LLC. I'm just gonna make one up because honestly, it didn't matter. To Davers and Davers Traveling Corporation. Are you making a deposit? Putting the horses in for stable until needed otherwise? Just finish the rent?
For right now, as far as I'm aware, we're going to be stabling them. We might be heading out in a couple days or so. We'll see what goes on.
All right. My name is Danvers. It's a pleasure to meet you all. If you do have the paperwork and card you are and were assigned?
We do have those, correct, Dogma?
Yes, I'm going to say requisition of said contracts were handed over.
Yeah. I Dust would probably be the one holding those, and he'd show them to him. Here you go.
Yes. It seems that you have paid for the entire year, so more than welcome to stable them here and retrieve them whenever you'd like. They might not be the same horses, but the wagon itself will be the same in case you have something inside that you want to return yourself. We can definitely store some
very
things
well.
here if you'd like. He takes the paperwork, writes a return slip, and not a processing fee, but a processing paperwork. He hands you that copy. He keeps that paperwork for himself. All right, just show the card and the paperwork, and you should be good to go next time.
Very well. Thank you very much.
Not a problem, sir. And then just trots along back inside. A few other people come forwards to help him, bring in the wagon, bring in the horses. After 10 minutes of Vera just saying goodbye to her closest companions, they are brought in. I'm gonna miss those horses.
I'll miss Sebastian.
That's right, you
They
named
had
one of them.
names?
One of them did. Opal just looks towards Vera. Are you a horse girl? I'm an animal people. That's not a no. I can see why people don't like you. Yeah. But
Okay.
Very savage.
We will then head up to
all right.
the guards.
Heading up towards the guards, they do greet you. Greetings, citizens. I forgot that Opal technically can't be perceived currently because she doesn't look like normal self.
Are the guards stopping us or just?
They're just saying hello, and before you enter inside, they do state, anything to report?
We do have some items that we need to report to General Tynes and potentially the king, if possible. We're one of the group of mercenaries that were.
I meant any cargo you're carrying or potential weapons and anything like that.
We do carry about our weapons. We are a mercenary group.
All right. Honestly, all I was asking.
Yes.
That being said, though, if you are one of the mercenary groups that were assigned to the expeditionary missions, you may speak to Tynes in the castle itself. Currently, there are a few groups there already.
Yeah, we're going to go there to make at least our reports. So.
Very good. Then you're simply allowed in because it's a city. Why wouldn't they let you? Unless you had pitchforks and stuff. That's a different story.
But I was just like, yeah, we have weapons, but we're mercenaries, so of course we would have them.
Yeah, unless you brandish them out, began to attack people, that sort of thing is when they would stop you.
What time of day is it?
You are traveling a few times here and there, so I'm going to say around noon on the third day.
Okay.
The map is big. You don't honestly have to worry about the size. Big city.
I don't know if this would be an insight or a history check. Does Ada recognize anything as she heads into the city?
Yeah, roll history.
Alright, hang on.
Based on the information you have, you can determine that some of the garbed knights here and there seem to represent something of your past, but you're not exactly sure if they're someone you know or just something you've seen beforehand. Other than that, you do see some people here and there walking by, somebody saying, top of the morning, good morning, pleasure to meet you. Nice enough people that have not seen a lick of war or problems. This is a good city to live in if you can afford it. After all, it is the capital. That being said, though, nothing strong enough strikes your mind that it becomes visible to you. At least nothing yet.
It's very good, Dust, to be in a city where people aren't brainwashed and I'm not being attacked by any guards that I'm looking at.
It's been a while since that happened.
Opal just looks to you guys. Yeah. And then immediately stops herself because she is acting differently now. And she told you that. Okay. That's all she said.
Well,
which direction is Tynes? Do you know, Dust?
You honestly have the
no
princess there.
idea.
Oh, you
Vol,
said Brock too. Go ahead.
yeah, it's just like we have Vol, Grok, and Vera. And they're just like, I'll turn to them. Vol, Grok, and Vera, you know this place better than the rest of us. Do you lead the way?
It's all the way to the south. Verida State. We can definitely get there without too much issue. Do you have a place to stay here? I highly doubt it. We can definitely worry about that later if you just want to head over there now. Honestly, I'd rather deal with that paperwork before heading into another situation.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking as well. Let's get these reports over with and go from there.
Fair enough. Vol nods and agrees. Grok does the same. Opal is fine with this because it relates to what she wants. You eventually head over further and further south. More and more people begin to greet you, simply stating, greetings, top of the morning. You see a lot of humanoids, a lot of humans, tieflings, Asimar, drow. There is a monotonous crew here that is not like segregated by anything other than the fact that they at least have enough money that they can live within this bordered area. Where
Is there
it's
any
safe,
like
protected.
small?
Any small?
Is there any small like I'd say like teenagers around?
Yeah, you do see like a crowd of maybe 18 to 17-year-olds, like hanging out around the corner of one alleyway.
Can I go up to them and like say, hey, how you guys doing today? You want to see a magic trick?
One of the 17-year-olds maybe looks towards you and simply states, no, we're not 7.
What do you mean? Anybody likes magic? Like, and then I'll pull out one of my what's a good thing that's not gonna be seen as like aggressive?
I pull a knife.
A quarterstaff will be fine. I'll take a quarterstaff and I'll just twirl it around and then throw it up in the air, and then I'll pull out a dagger and I'll throw the dagger up, and so that it sticks into the quarterstaff as I throw it up, and then I catch it.
Okay, roll performance. It's not that difficult, but you're rolling performance to impress these youths.
Yeah.
This seems pretty good. You begin to twirl around. It's military style, where you begin to make enough noise and enough movements where it's almost robotic and quite impressive, honestly. You shoot it in the air, do the whole point and stab, and begin to furl it into your hands. Soon after, the kid's like, no, we're not, we don't want magic, we're not 7. Like, mouth is his jaw. Like, the 18-year-old girl looks towards you, wide-eyed, sparkling, as if reliving something from her past. And, like, this orcish half-breed orc human, maybe, you're not entirely sure, they have pointed ears, so hard to tell, looks towards you, just mouths, wow.
Okay, and then I'll like say, and then I'll put the quarterstaff and I'll take the dagger and put it back in my pocket.
All right.
Anybody that wants the quarterstaff, give me some information on some secret things in town, and you can meet me down by.
You have no
the general
idea.
Station. Nothing.
You can name like there's specific stuff here. You can definitely do that for sure.
I know, but I don't know. I was trying to see if I could get them to do something just for fun. But
No. I get that. I get that. But you have no names and locations. You can say you can meet me by the castle.
I was gonna say
the guard station.
The guard station.
Yeah, that's fine. Nikolai, this is his first time here, man.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
And you.
And I give him the quarterstaff, just as a souvenir. Yeah.
You give one of the 18-year-old blonde girl with dark skin, the 17-year-old elf boy who has like checker pattern clothing, or the orcish, maybe elfish, half orc.
The checkered pattern guy.
Okay, you give it the checker pattern guy, and looking towards you, this elven boy with like Amber eyes, just states, like, honestly, we don't really have that much of an issue. The only thing that's going on is there like some weird things going on at night. So there is like shutdown between uh midnight till morning. I don't know why. It's just like people hear spooky things. No one's gone missing or like no one's died in an alleyway that wasn't attacked. After all, people still get mugged. But nothing weird. Just that whole nighttime don't go out at midnight until the sun comes back up.
Okay. What's your name, kid?
Thomas.
Thomas. And I'll flick him a silver piece, and then I'll say, if you see anything or hear anything else, stop by the general of the guards tower. Let me know.
All right. The one to the south gate, north gate, east gate, or
South
west gate?
gate.
All right. He was going to say the one by the castle too. You can honestly say whichever one, but let's go with south. It honestly doesn't matter. You can say meet me by this gate. It's honestly cool. He nods. The rest of his gang, well, his friends, they're not really a gang. They're just people that are out of school right now and have nothing to do. So they shut off.
And I gave him a silver piece. I don't know how much the kids can do with that, but
they can definitely hang out at a place for a good amount of time.
yeah.
They can do quite a bit with one silver piece.
Yeah.
That's like giving I guess you would. That's probably giving like kids like 4 kids like $100 or something.
Like $200.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can live, I think, off of 10 gold for an entire year. Very, very well off.
Yeah.
And be fine.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to hold it up too far. I want to get to the general's
Yeah.
stations.
Nikolai, stop moving. I need to copy and paste you.
Oh, it was
It's fine. Eventually, you do guys travel towards the castle keep without too much of an issue. You do see a guard station there. It's a good thing the kids told you where guard stations are. You are allowed in because, your names and registry information is there. The guards nod towards you, greet you, look through the paperwork. You tell them you're so-and-so, and they nod. And then one of them simply states, all right then. FYI, there is a curfew around midnight tonight until it reaches 5 a.m. in the morning. Please be advised of that.
Why is
Yes.
there a curfew?
Need to know basis, sir.
I'm a need, and I like to know.
We all have many
Nikolai?
needs, sir. I, for one, would
Nikolai,
like-
we may find out.
I stare him in the eyes. I'll learn eventually, and then I walk off.
Okay. I was just gonna make a joke there, but that's perfectly fine. It's funnier.
Yeah.
Funnier if you cut him off. Moving forward, Vol does state they'd likely be meeting at the very north section of the castle itself. Vera and Grok do state, we're gonna go report in on our own stations, so we'll meet you there as soon as we get by.
Yeah, very well. We'll go and report up to the north. Okay.
They are from separate factions of the military, so they head off to their own.
Oh, well, I mean, Ada hasn't really had a task, so I guess she's with us, and
Am I
Opal
just-
doesn't really have a task.
Are we just included? Or excluded, I guess.
You're included with us.
Ada,
No,
you're
Ada.
Ada is included on our roster with
Yeah.
the group.
Going
Opal is not.
back in time.
Opal just-
Meow.
That
Just
is
like
true.
a little side pan, and then like go back.
You don't know why. Actually, Dust, you make a good point. Going back in time, wave. I forget other things they do. Going back, meaning back, Ada
It's like
and
a little
another
pan
person.
thing.
Yeah. Valdus, stay towards you. Well, I don't know if you're busy or anything of that sort, but we do need people as we've lost 2 people beforehand. So you're more than welcome to join us. In fact, I'll write something of a message and have a message returned to us. So making sure that the king and everyone else is aware that we will have 2 other people in our group. And then you gave her your name. Then Finny Tea Leaf gave his name. Sent sent the other 2 mercenaries, Starleaf and the rest of the gang. There, Rothgar.
Yeah, Rothgar.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 2 went off to deliver the message.
Deliver the message. Hawk came back. Vol paid you guys, and she said, "All right, the paperwork should be cleared now, so you are part of our team. So we shouldn't have to worry about any of that." So they let you in that way. Back forward in time. Present. So that's why you were here. Why they let Opal in though does bring up a good point. People are definitely allowed to see the king, but they definitely have to like set up meetings and stuff like that. So that's a thing.
Well, Opal can go under Finny's name.
You don't know. Like, you told them the group. You guys don't have a group name unless you decided to give you guys one. But you told them group members, and before you finished off the rest of the roster, they figured out who you were because they're good guards and have the list right there with them.
The Dusty Bandits.
I have a problem with bandits,
Yeah, I was
but the
gonna say,
Dusty, that's a good phrase for the start.
Oh my god.
we'll workshop it. But
Yeah, we'll workshop it, but I don't like the bandits part.
Okay. That was the first thing that came to my head. My other one was 3 mages and some boobs, but
Opal would take offense. That being said, though, your team does get here eventually, and some of the guards do greet you. Vol does look towards one of the guards and does state, looking forward, she looks at the guards and does state, "Is there a meeting of some sort?" And the guard does state, "Currently people are reporting in on said expeditions outside. Based off of the information you have, I'm assuming you're part of that contingency." Yes. All right then, please step forwards, take a seat, or stand, whichever one you prefer. Okay, thank you. Anytime, miss. They decide to allow you easier access in.
And
Yeah.
And we enter in.
Entering in just fine. You do
I'm gonna
hear.
keep my eyes locked on this guard as I walk by. And slowly pass.
Standing at 5'7" tall, likely due to the armor. She just looks towards you, nods, and when you keep looking at her, doesn't know what to do, so she just keeps eyeing you.
Can I roll an intimidation check?
Sure.
Oh wow, I got low.
That's
Damn.
pretty low. I'm gonna roll an insight on her. She has a +2, not that great, but okay. No.
Yeah.
She has
Oh.
no idea what you're looking at her. It's just a weird situation, but she doesn't say anything until you eventually leave. However, coming over here, you do hear a few people, a few testimonies here and there. Some people do state, right now the cities that we went to are just fine. Right now, however, we do see that the wilderness is encroaching in a few places here and there, as if the ground itself is consuming the overall terrain. The king does look towards the individual speaking and does state, and that place might be. Well, Sir King Rello, Yopta itself is currently being crouched by mountainous terrain. Another individual does state, Borta is currently being crouched by forest area itself. It's not really looking too good, but overall, we're not exactly sure why the terrain itself is changing, but other than that, nothing immediately dangerous to report. Another individual does state, well, I don't know about that, but I can tell you that things out here ain't looking that too good, it's what I say. And Rello does state, meaning, oh, I mean exactly what I mean. Animals, people, things, everything's looking not too dandy, sir. In fact, I say we're about to be attacked by any no means whatsoever. Meaning? Oh, enemies about. Have you seen them? Oh, no, I'm just reckoning based off the information we have, based on territorial terrain being encroaching into cities, various wildlife going and running amok. I say we're destined to be in some type of... Dang, I can't remember the word he was going to say. Trapulation? We'll look into that. Thank you. Anytime, sir. You did pay me. And that's all I need. But then you do see Rothgar and Tea Leaf there.
Right for sore eyes.
They more than likely have reported in their stuff already. But Starleaf does notice you guys nods half of his body, because if he nodded just his head, it'd just shake a bunch of leaves. King Rello and General Tynes do look towards you. And Rello does state, please step forwards.
I'll step forward first.
I'll follow Dust. Ho-da-da-da-da.
Already
Yeah.
behind.
Ha-pa-pa.
Oops. Fall body tackle data. I'm just gonna put the NPCs in the back. The king looks towards you guys, looks towards his daughter, and the only ones here currently that are aware of her new look are you guys, Rothgar, Starleaf, and the general. You're not sure if he's told anyone yet, because honestly, the other guards didn't know. Take that however you will. However, King Rello does state and look towards you. Thank you for coming. Is there anything to report on your end, other than the fact that you managed to survive, which is good, as we're in troubling times, as the man before you has stated?
Oh, very much so.
Got a bit. A fair bit.
We've actually learned a great deal. We managed to make our way into both Mighty and Quota.
Very good to hear.
And within Mighty, the leadership had pretty much they were being corrupted.
It was dissolved.
Yeah, it was dissolved and being corrupted to be used to create an army of mindless beings. I wouldn't say it zombies.
No, okay. Well,
Brainwash?
technically they were
Yeah,
being
brainwashed.
corrupted by the corruption. Well, the corrupted elements. So they were turning into red, angry, and emotional beings that had a mindless form and arcane power to them on the outside.
Yes.
I did some analyzing.
We did manage to stop the personnel who were doing that, and we helped to get the local leaders up and going again a little bit. With some friends along within it. There is a portal to where we believe the source of all this is one of the sources is coming from.
Yes. Underneath
we've
the
limit-
town and then the altar room.
In the altar room within the temple. We managed to secure it to where it would at least only be a one-way to where only people could go through it if need be.
Yeah.
As a potential frontal assault. Nothing would be able to come through, but if need be, we could enter and go through, make a frontal attack through there. But they were creating an army at that point. A great deal, many of the citizens were taken, and more would have been taken if we hadn't gotten there in time. And they should have reached out to you, so Mighty should no longer be dark.
Have
We
you
then
heard
made her-
anything?
Currently, there is no message to report, but based off of the information you gave me, they're likely rebuilding before sending out a message. They're likely taking care of their own before delivering news.
I guess they haven't really established their leader entirely.
It just takes.
And then we made our way to Quota after the fact. And in our travels, we came across a being. A being called an Echo. Basically a remnant of ages past.
How old was it? Could you tell?
Oh, it was a primordial. We stopped on our way in.
Did he tell you? The Starleaf was able to commune with it, right?
Nikolai, I was also able to commune with it.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
And on our way in to report from Quota, we stopped at the library, where I learned that Neko is a remnant of a dead primordial from the time of the primordial wars, and that there are screams as well that are similar, but they are remnants of betrayer gods and other horrible elder beings and shadows that are trying to gain a lot of influence right now. Apparently the current one is called an elder brain leader, potentially. But I am not sure if this is everything. But these screams do have a influence in what's going on. In Quota, the old regime, the families had been ousted, which in of itself was a good thing, because apparently when we talked with many of the civilians, they did not treat the civilians well. And in our findings there, we found a location where they were able to spy on the civilians, which actually proved to cause some damage to the city. There was a revolution, and a person by the name of Lana, who you might know to her as the leader of the Order of Corruption, we had met her in Quota, and the one known as the Dragon within Mighty. The Dragon and Mighty ran away, but we managed to vanquish Lana within Quota.
That's very good to hear.
Within the city, what she was doing was she was performing a spell, 2 spells to be exact, 2 rituals. One that would pacify the people of the city so that they would not attack. They would not revolt. Second spell prohibited the use of attack magic within the boundaries of the city. And there was a third spell that was going on that created the area around Quota into a massive snowstorm that kept on going. Everything should be returning back to normal within those cities, within Quota as well. But it may be highly influenced by the Thieves Guild, who we've talked with and they're willing to work you would have to send some representative to to make contact again, just to be sure, but I'm pretty sure that the Thieves Guild will have a lot of power within quota. Because they did help us out quite a bit.
I suppose better than them than the individuals trying to corrupt everything.
Yes. We did learn though from Lana that this is not the order of corruption again. They did in fact die, but they were brought back by a being who is wanting to do so much more, and so their souls were brought back, but they've been infused with these dreams, I would say. So I would think that it would be much more dangerous now than it was in the past.
If I had to wager. Through this information and through everything else, does anyone omit anything, or do you tell them the entire thing?
I would omit any part that involves Bentar.
Yeah, you don't want to you don't want to hurt yourself. That does make sense. What about anyone else?
Ada's just enjoying the recap.
Are you omitting anything of us going to the library, Ada?
Nope.
Personal details, I would admit, but the overall given judgment, and then I would explain a little bit more about how the pacifism was worked and potential uses for defense of that item within the city of Quota. I would kind of explain that a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, it didn't seem like anyone's causing too many rocking of said boats. Which is fine.
Personal information and things that we may have messed up on along the lines, Dust wouldn't really say anything.
Mm-hmm. You obviously don't incriminate yourself. If there's anything personal, like your curses, your possessions, I'm gonna assume you keep that away. But anything else related to said mission, you tell.
And I didn't tell them that I wait. Never mind. I'll keep that to myself.
Okay.
There was that what happened underneath in the relic or the temple underground when I killed that one guy, and I don't know if I technically have his head or his head is gone. So
his head was eaten in the bag. You have yet to look or dive in for it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, continue.
Okay. You tell him the story, the information. Don't omit anything truly, other than your own personal stuff, because that's your own personal stuff. Why are you asking? And King Rello does note. Does take this of note. And then looking towards Tynes. Tynes nods and looking towards the rest of the group. While you guys were speaking, your companions, teammates. Honestly, I don't know how Nikolai sees Grok. Person that's there. Do a bit to catch up to you guys.
Wait, am I still Grok?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying,
was wait a second.
I don't know how you consider Grok. But anyways, as a person. Anyways, they have returned at this point in time and have reported in their own stuff. Rello does look towards you and the rest of the mercenaries that are here and state, alright then, thank you for all this information. Based off of everything we have discerned and any information we may or may not have yet to receive by the other team members or individuals sent out, it is clear to me that the individuals that are doing this are planning an assault in the near future rather than as of right now. They're likely collecting forces and gathering enough strength to push back and to fight. For what end or reason, I'm not entirely sure. But based off of the information we do have, it is not relegated to one location or one thing. So there is an organization behind it, but based off the information we do receive and do now have, it is not one that we have seen before, but it is built off of one that has died previously. We'll have to look into death and potential destruction itself. Perhaps another organization, or perhaps, if we're unlucky, based off of screams and echoes, some other power is behind this. We'll definitely look into that. That being said, every individual here has discerned, helped protect, and keep the peace in this kingdom and of the people's lives itself. As such, the rest of... What was that?
Payment? Sorry, as Nikolai says.
Yes. As such, the rest of the payment for your missions will be divided now. Tynes does look towards
What
his
was
men.
that total?
Each group harbor different amounts. I am not going to say this out loud, as it would not...
Oh, okay. No, yeah,
Problem.
sorry.
Just be patient, Nikolai.
You do see Tynes men come in, a few guards here and there, brandishing big bags of money. Like, honestly, they're comically big bags of money. So far, none is handed over towards you. It's handed mainly towards the other people here and there. They eventually get their stuff sorted out. Most of the mercenaries leave after that. While they're like collecting their gear and stuff, Rello does state, you have time to rest and relax, but I do ask tomorrow if any of you are still willing to venture out and assist us. Report back tomorrow. Many of the mercenaries do nod and agree, and some of them will likely return. Maybe not. It's entirely up to them and what I decide to roll. But they eventually leave. Most of them. No, Ada. I don't even need to ask, because I know Ada is perceptive enough to notice that not everyone left.
Oh.
Ada, at the corner of your eye, you do see a very short individual. Like, they didn't leave immediately or out of the way or anything. Well, they did move out of the way, but they did not completely leave the area. They're just over here, far enough away that they don't hear the conversation anymore, but close enough that if, like, out of the corner of your eye, you could probably catch them if you were as perceptive as Ada. If not, does anyone else has a perception of 15?
No.
No, not even close.
Okay. You notice that person, but he's not doing anything. He doesn't have like daggers out ready to attack. He's just like hanging out with the guard. It honestly looks that way.
More of he's waiting.
Yeah. But you take a note of that. If you wanted to like circumvent him, you can go like other routes. Rello does look towards you. Tynes men do come in with bigger bags of comical money. To each of you, 400 gold is divided. Not divided 400 gold to each member. 400 gold each.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Sweet.
Wow.
Rello does state, you had one of the most dangerous jobs, and it should be paid as such. And you also had a separate job of taking care of someone personally.
Can I ask a favor?
Depends.
Can I swap the gold and then give me let's say different gems instead?
Nikolai, I have some plans that we could use for that.
Oh,
so
okay. Never mind.
in time.
The king does state, well, Tynes does state, you can buy gems, but if you decide sometime forwards, sure, you can be paid in precious stones.
No, that's okay. I just inside. Sorry, no, we're I'm just thinking about something. That's okay.
Very well.
Apologies.
Rello does not. and state. Now then, you're more than welcome to call it a day for yourselves as one would, or you can continue on the mission hence after. We will be looking into things ourselves, but you individuals are mercenaries. You're not technically part of my military, but if you decide to fight, I am more than willing to have you by my side. That being said, enjoy the time you have here. We are currently fully protected and fully uh, taken care of. Minus a few things here and there, but nothing of concern as of right now. So you do have some leeway time before you truly need to head out and continue to explore and adventure. Not every day needs to be near-death experiences. So take tonight to decide, and take some more time soon after that.
Yes, of course. We'll definitely take this breather and make our decisions, and then for tomorrow.
Of course. Again. Sorry, motorcycle. He does look towards you, nod into the state. The other missions are recon and observing missions. That needs to be done as soon as possible. But yours is still looking into very dangerous places.
Is there any...
So more
sorry.
than leeway time is allowed for that. No need to
Okay.
rush in head first.
Understood.
Yes. I think we will take a break and figure out what we're going to be doing first. But my personal opinion is with what we've been doing, we're in the deep water now, or at least a few of us.
Understandable. That being said, take your time, understand what is to come, and if you are continuing on the mission, we'd be more than willing to have you.
How...
Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. How up front is Nikolai? Holy shit.
Don't worry about the
that
phone.
20. Okay.
Oh god, I just noticed that. Oh.
I know. How up front is Nikolai? King Rello. So, well, yeah. Are we keeping everyone that we're tasked with us?
The individual's
And I
tasked to
kind of
you.
like shift my head, like nod to Grok.
He does take that of note, and he does state the individuals assigned to you are individuals that you had assigned due to your own options at the time. That is to say, you had chosen them of your own accord. They are not necessarily stuck to you permanently, as one would say. They do
So
have
you're saying if an accident would happen, then it would be overlooked.
No, that's
Oh.
not at all.
Nikolai, we need to protect them as much as possible.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Wrong. I got the wrong message. Okay. So protect everybody, but we chose... Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. With that, Gus will kind of say, I'm not sure if there's anything else within our group, but I think our group is done for the day, and we'll make some decisions about where we're moving forward today.
He nods. He does look towards his daughter, but he doesn't say anything. He does look towards you guys. Back to Nikolai, though. He does state towards you. I clearly read that information wrong. What I was stating is the fact that if you decide to take on a separate mercenary individual outside of the military, you're more than welcome to. Grok himself was assigned to you based off of your own needs and desires. He does not need to be permanently in your group, neither does Vera or any other individuals you might have picked up along the way. That being said, though, if they do go along with you, and unfortunately dangerous things do happen, you are to protect everyone as you are to protect yourselves. obviously life is important.
Yes. So there's no like trading. They're not. We can like swap out somebody.
Again, were assigned to you, and currently you are reporting in. So, if you desire to bring them alongside you, still, you may speak with them, and if they decide to go with you, they can accompany you.
Okay.
They are not permanently with you if they desire not to. They are still people. They still have choice.
Of course.
But with that, awkwardness set at the side and looking towards Grok. Hey, do we have to keep him? You begin to head out.
I was trying to be as like as straightforward as possible, so
Uh-huh.
he would get the gist of it.
Nikolai doesn't like Grok, but I would think that Dust has actually got a pretty good relationship with Grok.
Yeah. Honestly,
Like-
I have beef with Brock.
I think it's just because he's in it. If he was like kind of, I don't know, beefed up a little bit or kind of grow some like cojones, maybe like Nikolai might like him a little bit more. But
Well, we did give him some decent armor. I did give him some decent armor. And a +1
that's
blade.
Not growing. That's not getting any kind of more confidence. That's just giving him better stuff.
like honestly, you haven't really seen Grok in a one-on-one fight. You have seen him protect
that's our next
civilians.
thing.
You have seen him protect the princess with his life. You have seen him like protect you guys from time to time, but I think he
I know
almost
what
went
this calls
down
for.
that one time. So he hasn't really like gone out of his way to like kill the evil big bad. It's more like my duty is protect and serve. So I'm protecting and serving, but I'm not going out of my way to fight this evil dude.
Yeah, so...
I see.
But you say hellos and goodbyes to Starleaf and Rothgar. They are in the city if you want to continue to speak with them.
Dust, like, he wants to check to see if General Times wants to say anything, just more signals-wise, and see if General Times is like, oh, I would like to speak with you eventually.
Giving like general signals based off of the information you have, and like picking up certain things. Like you have enough ciphers that you begin to like more or less pick things out here and there, like signaling message maybe close to the ear. And looking towards you, he does. Yeah, you technically do have that cipher. So looking at him, like doing some hand signs, you can tell that currently nothing to report. No new information to give unless you decide to give. Basically stating, I have nothing for you unless you decide to go out of your way.
Okay, yeah, then Dust will just kind of nod an affirmative and then
Mhm.
then leave.
Like, honestly, his entire thing is protecting the kingdom. Well,
Yeah.
technically protecting the people. The kingdom is just part of the people, so protecting the kingdom is obligatory. So he doesn't... Unfortunately, Times is no longer an adventurer. He might have been at one point in time. I think was my rhyming scheme with him. Times. Whatever.
Yeah.
You already know my naming schemes are bad. That being said, though, he's no longer an adventurer. He doesn't go out of his way to like look for anything or explore anything. He finds something bad, goes out and deals with it. He finds something good, helps to prosper it. Right now, he's protecting as many people as possible, so that's what he's doing. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it was just more of, like, outside of the letters, which Dust is yet to go through.
Yeah. Like, honestly, he doesn't have that information, and that was personal, so I kept that out of the conversation. So,
Yeah.
So basically, me saying, if you want to speak with him, you can speak with him, and he might have more stuff, but you have to go out of the way. He doesn't go to you.
Yeah, no, it was just more of... Dust was wondering, like, as an admiral, did he have anything that was pressing enough that it warranted us talking to him? But
The only current thing right now is we'll continue to see what's happening to the other dark cities. So
yeah.
pressing. Already spoke with you about it.
Yep. Nothing big. Okay.
But when you head further south, Grok looked towards Vol when you guys had that conversation, and does state, what do you think he meant by that? Clearly he doesn't like one of us. My money's on me, since I don't like most of you, or you, since you're so inexperienced. That's a little mean to say, don't you think?
You are inexperienced, Grok.
I mean, you're not wrong, but I did not imply that I wasn't. Vol just,
Grok?
sorry, Vera. He meant Vera. I meant Vera. Because Vera would be mean. Vera would be mean. That was my bad. That was me screwing.
Yeah. No.
Change
No.
her
The
name.
moment that you started talking, I was like, "That's not Vol. That's Vera. That's very much Vera."
I should change her name. Oh my gosh. That was Vera being mean to Grok. And she does state, I mean, no offense, Grok, but you are quite green, and I don't like people. So honestly,
He is really inexperienced.
once we're done here for tonight, I am probably leaving unless you decide, I don't know, to persuade me. I don't really care for any of you. And I do rather...
Ada, you shall stay with us. Oh, wait, we're wrong word. Vera, you shall stay with us. I
Vera-
wave my hand. We are the team that you want to stay with.
We'll see.
Vera, just when Nikolai says that, and after hearing what Vera said, Vera, it is your own choice if you choose to stay or to go.
It is your own choice if you want to stay.
Either if you leave or stay. It was lovely to meet you, Vera.
Likewise, to most of you. You don't know what she means by that.
I planted a tree for you, by the way.
You planted
Sure.
a tree for
I
her?
did.
He did. A while back ago, I think a session before you actually joined. But she does look towards that. How nice of you. That's all she says.
Indeed.
But she does state, while it was interesting to speak and commune with all of you, I do need to check in back home to the Great Wild Forest, so that is a little bit more important than you and your personal problems.
Very well.
Well, Vera, we thank you for joining us for the extent that you did. And I wish you the best.
Likewise. To give example, on the map, the Great Wild Forest is in between these two mountain ranges and south of Isle.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So did she just she's just gone? She's just leaving now?
No, not yet. She
Oh, okay.
explicitly stated,
Okay.
unless you convince me, why she needs to
okay.
check in, you don't know.
Well,
But that is information you now
Oh.
have.
did we? Oh, we didn't talk to this guy yet.
No,
Just- yeah.
you basically, well, technically, I basically said, what do you think Nikolai meant by that? And then Vera was mean, and then we went off a tangent.
Hmm.
You went
Yeah.
you went southwards, and you find this man with like a hood, hat situation with a skull red, almost like a monkey, brown hair down towards what looks like around his chest area. The individual themselves has like no curve, suggesting either male, female. It's just very baggy clothing. But looking towards you, the individual does like look towards the guard that he was technically kind of hanging out with. Then goes, "Oh yeah, one moment." Then looks towards you guys. "Oh hey, how's it going?"
Going good. What can I do for you? What can we do for you?
"Oh, I heard you guys were like some sort of a bandit group people that, got into town, decided to, become justice fighters or something like that to help the king and kingdom. Want to see like
justice
what
is
was
a
going
really
on?
strong word.
Sure, and like gaining valor or whatever.
We're kind
Not-
of full on members at the moment, honestly, but
No, not so much full on gaining valor and honor. Just we're a little farther deeper in the situation than most people, so we kind of have to do this more dangerous part.
True. I mean, I had no idea what was going on with you guys. Honestly, my stuff was pretty important, but you guys were like a little bit more involved than I thought I was. Probably not gonna join tomorrow, but I will tell you this though. You planning on joining still? If not, he like gives you a business card. He like materializes it out of nowhere. You can probably tell it's prestidigitation that what he did. Hands it to Nikolai since Nikolai is the closest to him. This man is about 4 feet tall, so he's pretty short.
I hand it to Dust.
You hand it to him. And he does state, well, if you guys are looking for like gigs, I don't know if you guys are a band. I do also do band covers and stuff like that. Hit me up. Definitely willing to be your manager. Like if this
I'm the
doesn't work
manager.
out.
I manage. Dust leads, and Ada is the brains. So yeah.
Above game, is he playing off the fact that we were in Hythe? We were like this acrobatic group or this circus group.
He might. You don't know. You didn't ask. You can ask.
You know, it's fair enough.
But looking towards you, he does state, well, I gotta go take care of my band that's performing later tonight. He gives Nikolai a flyer, because he's still the closest. Unfortunately, Nikolai.
What'd you give me?
A flyer. It's quite literally a band
Oh,
flyer
okay.
that's like, later tonight, starring the illustrious Trip Wire and Vault. Live Wire!
Oh, live wire. Okay, cool.
You've never heard of
Interesting.
these words.
Can I?
Well, you can roll
I
history
just-
and see if you've...
Oh no, I was attempting to burn the flyer.
You can just burn it. It's made into paper.
Oh, I don't have any cantrips that are fire based. I have frozen cantrips.
Like, you can be mean and, like, if you have an adventurers pack, you can take, like, your flint, light a little bit of your torch, and, like...
That's too much
I
work.
was
That's
just
too
gonna
much
say,
work.
just tear it
I'll
apart.
hear Dust. Just take the flyer. Dust it.
Well, like, I guess you can just take out the flint and, like, set the paper on fire. You don't have to get a torch.
Is that? I guess that is a lighter. It's pretty quick, basically. Nikolai's cold. He's not heartless.
All right. He begins to, like, shove off. Well, later tonight, you know where I'll be. And if you are looking, he heads off.
I didn't like that guy.
Wow, we agreed on something.
Wow, that's cool.
That
You
never
kidding?
happens.
Yeah.
Looking towards you guys, Vault Estate. Well, we should probably find a place for tonight. I don't think technically commoners are. I'm not saying this is a nice thing, but technically commoners are not allowed in the castle unless visiting
Yeah.
or work here.
Well,
I mean, if we find one of my ward friends, we could probably find a place to stay. Yet I have no idea where any of
is
them
there no tavern or bar or wonderful inn that we can stay, or is it just?
Grok does state, there are plenty of bars and taverns here. We can definitely find one. That's not an issue. Look towards Ada. He does state, if we are looking for military places, we can definitely go to one of the guard stations and see and requisition something. If we are technically working for the kingdom, so we might be able to get a free place, although it won't be a nice place to live in. It's going to be bare bones, minimum, maximum, honestly.
I mean, we could just go out and rough it and get you some nice. I'll go up to Grok, get some nice experience in, and you can stay out in the wilderness and see what you're made of.
Nikolai, what are you doing?
Yeah, Grok like looks towards you confused, like, Why?
We haven't really had a real fight, and I mean that'd be some more opportunities. I don't know. It's better than staying in this boring inn and then not getting any fun experience in. I mean, there's not really great bars here or anything, so.
Volda Estate. Well, actually, there are a few great bars here.
Okay.
Like before this, like points to herself to indicate like before her transformation. I did frequent a few bars, and a lot of them were very nice. But while she's communicating like, hey, there's no need to be mean about the local economy. The bars here are actually pretty good. Opal like comes over towards this guard that you mean mugged while you were walking away. She does state towards her. Excuse me, do you know where we can find an inn in this town? Sure, you go to the left, outside, make a right, and there you'll find a nice little quaint shop. There's 2 floors. The first floor is the bar area, and the second one is where the rooms are. Thank you. Do you know the name of it? There are a few inns there, but the best one, that's pretty cheap, is known as the Gilded Isle. Is it... You can tell that she's like muffling a laugh, and she goes, is it named after the city or the kingdom? I'm honestly not quite sure. Maybe both. It seems quaint. Stifles a laugh again. Okay, thanks. Comes back to the rest of the group. You guys heard that. It's not like she was keeping it a secret. Vol continues.
I'm
people
giving
there
a
are quite
very heavy
nice.
glare at Opal.
She looks towards you, like, holding in a laugh, honestly. And she does state, well, you can go to the Gilded Isle if you want.
Well, I was trying to give Grok a hard time.
But I guess we could go there. Why not?
Vol does state, oh, I've been there before. I honestly don't know if it's named after the city or the kingdom.
Gotta
But
put the chair on somebody's chest somehow.
And I think during this entire conversation, we'd essentially just be walking out, and
Mhm.
yeah, and then just in passing, it was Opal just talked to one of the guards, and
Yeah, there was a guard outside the city. Honestly, that's easily done. Not outside of the
Dogma.
city.
Can
Yes.
I ask for okay? So I don't know if I'm okay. I feel like Nikolai has gotten to the point where he doesn't dislike Grok, but he wants him to improve as a person. So can I do some shenanigans where I try to test his skill and do things where he has to make reactions or do something where he has to like see what he's made of?
Sure. While you're walking there, you do see encounter a few barrels here and there,
Oh no, yeah, that's my thing. I'll throw a dagger at him, or I'll hey Grok, catch, or I'll push a barrel over when he's walking past and see
Yeah.
if he's able to catch it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I assumed you were gonna do.
Yeah.
While you're walking over there, straight towards the area, you do find a few places here and there that are quite nice, quite pristine. You go towards the Gilded Isle because that's the first one you heard of. While you're walking over there, you do see a few barrels stacked up quite nicely and neatly. It's gonna be a little bit mean, but that's fine. You do see that it's barely hanging on because of how much weight is pressured on this small little chunk of wood that's keeping it there. While you position everyone ahead of you, Nikolai, you take your foot.
I can mage hand it,
Oh yeah, that works even better.
and I'll say, "Hey, Grok, think fast."
While Grok is going through it, you mage hand it, remove the I want to say 2-pound piece of wood, and the barrels begin to roll down straight towards him. I'm gonna have Grok roll the dexterity saving throw to not get trampled first. His dexterity is okay, but he's not proficient in it. That's an 11. All right, and barrels. I'm gonna have barrels they're picking up speed, but they're just barrels, so that's a 15. You do see he jumps over a few of them, but there's a massive stack here that he's not able to jump through all of them. So on the last one, second to the last one, he hits the barrel, but he is not ready for the momentum, and it rushes him forwards, causing him to run up forwards. And then last barrel, he hits its face on it, rolls over to the other side. and like hits the dirt. It's not damage, but it is humiliating.
Dust will walk back and pick up the barrels.
Yeah. You pick up the barrels just fine. They are heavy, but with enough time, you're easily able to do that.
I'm gonna go help Grok up. Grok, you gotta keep your eyes open, keep your head up, and always be aware of your surroundings. That's the first lesson. There are more to come.
That's fair.
It's just like a training session. Is this
Ada, what was that?
a training session? Are you trying to give him a surprise training
I'm
session?
trying to do something so Grok is more prepared. I'm trying to see what I can do to improve Grok.
Well, he would have leveled up with us. He's just a lower level than us three.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mhm. He's technically classified under a hireling, and they are usually way lower. But to keep it even, I did level them. Close to you guys, but not close enough that on a one-on-one fight they could win.
Yeah, they're like 2 or 3 levels lower than us.
But still, he does have a +3 dexterity, which is good. He just rolled poorly. However, getting towards the Gilded Isle, I really should change that name, but honestly, I think I made that specifically for this dumb joke. Moving forwards. You do get there just fine. You do see a whole bunch of people here. There's definitely a lot of food, a lot of fun, and stairs leading up to a secondary pathway, aka where the rooms actually are. While you're in there, you do see a few people like having a great time, enjoying themselves. My music's not playing. I don't know why. Don't even know if you can hear me.
We can hear you, just not the music.
Okay. I think I was delayed there because it took a while for you to respond.
No, we're just slow.
Yeah, we're just personally being slow.
That's fair. Getting to the Gilded Isle without too much of an issue, you do find that there is a what are they considered? Bartenders technically? Yeah. Currently behind the counter. I don't know why this guy followed you, but he did.
Alrighty then. Here we go for the drinking shenanigans again.
Looking towards you, you do see a very, not rotund by weight, but rotund by clothing. Very short-ish, 5'3" woman, looking towards you with kind of like fox ears and like very blonde hair. Looking towards you, she simply states, "Oh, welcome to the Guild Isle. How can I help you?"
Oh, welcome. Nice hair. Can I get one of your best ales? And I'll slap a gold coin on the table.
You slap a gold coin on the table, and she goes, "For you, sir, definitely one of the best ales. In fact, she goes like down into a cellar area where she keeps some of her vintage. Brings a bottle out. It is ale. It like reads in draconic fluctuation. It's weird. You can't really read the words. Thus, you can read the words because you have the cipher system now. Reading it, you can tell it does read proxy magic wire.
Oh,
You can go ahead and roll
nice.
Arcana Dust to figure out what that means.
Wait, do I? But she just gave it to the bottle, right?
She gave you the bottle because you paid for the bottle.
Okay. Did I get a glass?
She also gave you a glass. Yes.
Okay, I take a swig of it.
Okay.
That's 21.
Uncorking it, putting it in the glass.
And
I'm
you
gonna
can
say,
tell me what it does after.
okay. Looking at this dust, getting this information straight towards you while Nikolai chugs it. Nikolai, I want you to go ahead and roll 1d20. Dust.
Yeah.
Based on the language it reads, this is procking magic wild, not a wire. It's clearly some type of miscommunication. Based off of this dust, you can tell that this immediately procs specific wild magic searches. There's only
What?
enough in the bottle for 5.
Yeah. Dust will just kind of chuckle a little bit after seeing that. He was like,
What did it say?
we'd like to get some rooms.
Oh, of course. As a group or individuals. Individuals, they will cost 5 gold a night. No, sorry. 5 silver a night, because that is way
Oh,
too
okay.
expensive. If you're going into the group and you want the biggest room, it'll simply cost 10 gold for the entire allot of you. However, if any damage comes to the group, unallotted 5 additional gold will be needed.
So, sorry, I missed the amount, how much it was for the
For
group.
one person for one room, 5 silver.
Silver.
For the entire group, 5. Sorry, 2 gold with an additional charge of 5 gold if you wreck the place.
How about 8 gold on good behavior for the big room? Huh? Huh?
We'll take it for 4 days.
Very well.
8, the large one for 4 days, and
Yes.
he'll
and,
put down. Us will put down the 8.
36 for 4 days.
yes. 8 gold per group member. 8 gold 4 days. That does equivalent to 2 gold per night. That is perfectly fine. Thank you. She takes the coins, looks towards you, hands Dust room key. It does have. Actually, I don't know if Dust knows this language. I'm assuming you do. Do you have Sylvan?
I do. No,
I
sorry,
do not
excuse me,
have
I do
Sylvan,
not.
but I have Elvish. So
I have Fae.
I could
Sorry.
make out bits and pieces of it, just not all of it.
Okay. You
My
do
other
make
character is
bits and
Fae.
pieces in here, Nikolai. You said you had Sylvan.
Mm-mm.
Oh, other character.
Sorry, I got my
Okay.
other character mixed up.
Faye is Sylvan.
Just a
Fae?
little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I have Fae. Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to so Sylvan is the root language. Well, it would be the kind of the advanced language of Elven.
Oh, okay.
So if you know Elven, you can get by just enough to make things out a little bit. With Sylvan, just not a whole lot. Like you can pick out words here and there. But if you know Sylvan, you know all of Elvish.
I know Fae. Wait, is Fae the same as Sylvan?
Fae is a different way of saying Sylvan.
Oh.
I don't know where you picked up Fae, like what book you used, but yes, it should be Sylvan.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. The Fae speak Sylvan, so.
But since Nikolai, you do speak it. Looking towards you, she does hand Dust the room key, and on there you do read enchantment duplication, and Dust, you do read. I'll just give you one of the words. Duplication.
Okay, yeah. So Dust can essentially just read it. He can't speak to anybody in Sylvan. So.
Yeah. Based off of this information, you do believe that you are able to duplicate these keys just fine, so long as you have a spark of magic within you. Likely so no one is locked out of the room. But she does look towards you all, and she does state, very well. This does come complimentary with any meals and the like. Does not include drinks, however, so if you do intend to drink, those will have to be paid separately. But enjoy your stay and your night, and the first meal and drink will be on us, because you've already paid for it.
Can I have another one of those drinks that said that this is the same one as this one?
Oh, I'm afraid that is my only bottle. Until replenishing it within a week. Within the week. But I'm not sure when. Transport currently is very slow.
Ah, I see.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And Dust will kind of take his leave, and he'll just, as he walks away, he'll just start duplicating the key so that there's one for everybody.
Okay. You begin to duplicate the key easily enough.
You should probably give me one of those.
Yeah, he would give one to Nikolai.
I'm worried Nikolai's gonna lose them.
I can just make more.
Very true.
That is true.
Well, no. The way I think of it would be more of, you have one original copy. You're capable of making duplicates for everybody within a group.
Yeah.
But those duplicates aren't able to be duplicated themselves. And essentially, when you turn like the
Oh.
original key in, all those duplicates would be
Gone.
erased.
Got it.
Okay, I won't lose the key. It'll be fine. We got it. Yeah.
Worried that you might lose the key. Just decides to keep the original. But you guys go upstairs to check out your room.
I'm staying at the
or, like-
bar, by the way.
Okay.
And I invite. Hey, Grok.
Can
Come over
Ada
here.
make a quick history check and see if she can recognize anyone at the bar?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a history. With advantage because I told you to.
Good God, it's just gonna be not a great roll.
I'm gonna do this for her because I haven't used it today. Da 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 da.
I thought it's so similar to what's
You
that?
got
Chris
17.
Yeah.
Ada, what was that?
No, nothing. I was just saying something to myself.
Oh, okay. Looking at the information around you and looking at everyone else around you, you can tell that, man, it's so good that you don't have to go out of your way to deal with the situation at hand. Finally, some rest. You guys have been traveling for a couple of weeks. Honestly, probably a few months at this point. Generally true. So getting some rest, getting some finally good long rest. And then you notice a face. It's not one you fully remember, but it's one you know. Unfortunately, though, it's one you really know. Well, the way things left off is how unfortunate it was, but thankfully, though, it's not immediately dreadful. Looking around you, you do find a few people here and there that do resemble some people that might have been in your phantom past that you can't fully integrate into yourself, as things are kind of caved in due to the fact that, you know, you have something else being hosted inside you. But that matter aside, that you want to push way, way back inside your head, you do see someone familiar to you. In fact, based off of their attire, their look, and their entire situation, it is someone you have met long ago. Someone you would consider a best friend. Until Mom and Dad said no. And with that, we will take our 5-minute break, and I'll leave Ada with that information.
Dust would have essentially said as he handed out the keys, with it being noon, you can kind of go about doing your own thing here within the city.
Drinking,
let's just meet up for dinner.
Doing some training montage with Grok.
Oh,
Chilling.
God,
Seeing what kind of mischief we can do with some kids in town. Nikolai is kind of I feel like he's kind of losing his hope here. I mean, he has potential, but it's like it feels like his goal of figuring out how to remove his curse is just so far out. I'm feeling like that's my role playing. I don't know if that was apparent to you, Dogma. That's why I was speaking out so much in front of the king.
Yeah,
he didn't really care.
Yeah, I get it. But with that, quick 5-minute break, and I'll be right back.
Nikolai will find us up again someday.
I mean, if he doesn't kill himself first.
Oh, God.
No, I mean, get
You know
himself
what?
killed.
Probably.
Get himself
Yeah,
killed.
yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah. Either way, that's bad.
He wouldn't do anything to harm himself. He just feels like something's gonna cause his downfall, or something might. He might do something so stupid or so crazy that he doesn't. It's like I've made it when I first started to play his characters that he's been under the control of somebody for so long that he stopped to value his own life. Like he felt like his life wasn't worth it because he didn't feel like it was his.
So
is Nikolai slowly turning into a reckless character?
that's kind of the thing, is that he has this magic that is innately not controllable. So it feels like if you can't control some of your magic, then maybe that leads into how you are as a person.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, Nikolai just has a bunch of internal issues that he's trying to deal with because of his backstory.
Let's be honest. All of our characters need therapy. I'm just gonna throw that out.
Oh, like on various levels. Because why would you be
Yes.
adventuring if you weren't a messed up person?
Yeah.
Like I'm the DM for my other game that I play in, and there was one player where I'm just like, you need to have a backstory. You're messed up some way. And when I told my players, I just flat out told them, you are an adventurer because you have some messed up backstory. How messed up? It's up to you. But make it so that there's problems. So I got one who was kind of a taken in, missing her family. One doesn't have a backstory. Just kind of woke up and doesn't know what's going on. And then the other one used to work for this douchebag guy, but changed sides at the last minute. So,
Wow.
but that's just a few of them.
How many are in your campaign?
I have 4 players.
Oh,
And I might be getting a 5th one here in a couple weeks or so.
oh, well, that's cool.
So, but that's a local game that I do in person.
I got it.
So,
Dogma didn't tell me what the 12 did.
What?
Dogma didn't tell me what the
Yeah.
12 did. Was that like it would, if I got a low number, would that make my wild magic go off, or was it like I rolled high enough? I don't know.
no, something would happen to you. It was just that was kind of rolling to see what would happen to you.
Yeah.
He didn't explain kind of what would happen because I kind of broke in and said, "Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you should probably ask.
I'll ask him when he comes back.
I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, Dogma, what
Oh,
happened when I
there
rolled
we
a
go.
12?
Well, Oh, you said you went out to go and train with Grok, right?
No. Well, I called Grok over. Well, we were gonna go drink first.
You
If
don't know
Grok
so
wanted
far.
to drink, I don't know if Grok would drink though.
this early in the afternoon, I don't think Grok would."
No, he does
Grok, you
join
can-
you to like drink. He doesn't drink alcohol, but he does like join you for a drink. But so far, I'm gonna tell you already, you haven't triggered events.
Oh.
How
How
that's-
much more of that bottle do I have?
4 more shots. However,
Hey,
this
Grok,
I will tell
well,
you that the list for that bottle is separate from the standard array.
oh boy. Nikolai, I know. I think we're gonna have to do Ada's thing.
I mean,
But Nikolai-
let me know if you guys are ready. Honestly,
Sorry, I had
Um,
to take a quick water break.
I don't want to interrupt any of Ada's like little conversation, so I'm just gonna tell you what my plan is so far. Probably just grab some drinks, see what I can do, like, and maybe like
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drinks or something. I don't know. And then get Grok to go do some training, and then however long that takes, and then go back and then meet up and then sleep for the night. Maybe cause some mischief with some kids in the city.
Okay.
I'm just asking, is Nikolai thinking about keeping Grok, or it's just debating?
No, I we'll see how the training goes.
All right. I can easily play Nikolai's thing first. Dust, I think you were saying something though.
No, I was just going to be more along the lines of, like, at dinner, I'm going to be asking, like, the 3 NPCs that we've been with, what they want to do. We've already heard what Vera wants to do. She wants to leave.
She wants to check in the Great Wild Forest first.
Mhm.
Because honestly, that forest, those animals are, and whatever else is there, to her, it's more important than any of you.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately true.
But yeah. So what Dest is essentially going to do is he's just going to go up to the room, put his things, and then he's going to go to the Jewelers Guild.
All right. I'm gonna go with Nikolai, Dust, and then Ada. Nikolai, getting information from Grok by drinking. He does get a few drinks himself, but it's just juice.
Can
Unfortunately,
I roll a D8 to see how many drinks I get?
Sure.
Wow, only 2.
You get an additional 2 drinks. It's not that expensive. It's only 3 copper per drink. So getting them.
Okay. I was
getting
like,
them,
well.
downing them down. Grok joins you with. I'm gonna roll a d6. 5 juices, I guess.
Grok, you gotta get something stronger than juice. What are you doing?
It's pomegranate. He says.
Can I attempt to spike his drink?
Roll sleight of hand. DC to beat his past perception 13. 19. Yeah, you get like one of your ales that you like.
Can I put the arcane thing in this drink?
I guess technically, yeah.
I put a shot of the arcane thing that I took a shot of in his drink.
Yeah, you quickly take a shot glass, pour some, and cork it. You now only have 3 of those. Quickly seep it in there while you're communicating with him. Go ahead and roll a d20.
I'm typing the thing on my sheet. D20, yeah. Boom, 17.
Okay, that one's different. You immediately see his hair like go in flames, but nothing's burning around him. It's just his hair transmogrified into quite literally fire. He hasn't noticed.
Okay. I try to not notice.
Kind of hard. But during all this conversation, you go, "Hey, Grok, why don't we go out and train?" When you begin to walk, Nikolai, you do hear like weird bubbling noises behind you. And you do like turn behind you, I am assuming, otherwise this would be irrelevant. And
Sure.
Each time you do take a step for the next 5 minutes, even though you've probably been drinking for longer than that, bubbles form behind you.
Mm.
That
Not bad. Can I after I stood up from the bar, I could just like poke at some of the bubbles and cast like frostbite on them and then freeze them.
Yeah. Forming them
cool.
into spheres. They do hit the ground eventually because, more mass. Well, technically, denser mass. And then they hit the ground, making like little cups of sorts. But overall, you're having a good time. I want Nikolai to go ahead and roll athletics, and Grok will roll athletics to see if he's doing any good in training. Thankfully enough, he does have a +4 total.
I don't know if I would be using. Am I training him with my athletics?
Actually, tell me how you're training Grok.
I would assume like Nikolai's way of training him is like Nick. Like I would go, probably like I don't know if is there a field or something we could go to, or like a place that we could fight in an open area.
You go out. Out the bordering area of the city, go into the forest, find a nice clearing.
Get some garments and then set up like some like some sticks or something, or like a pole, and then do a makeshift dummy, and then I would be like doing that Rocky thing where like telling him like do this or like whatever, and then I would also like if he gets, and then also throwing easy to dodge cantrips at him to like give him some training against spells, and then probably just doing some simple acrobatic or dodging skills.
Nikolai, go ahead and roll for me 1d20 plus spell modifier. Well, technically spell addition, so whatever you use for your spell plus proficiency.
So
Spell
my
type,
spell
honestly.
is okay. That's an 8, so I get a plus 8 on that. So that's a 16.
All right. He has to beat a 16 to progress in this training. He's going to use athletics, of course. No, sorry. His strength, technically still athletics. With his +1 sword, he does an additional +1, so it's a total of 5 to his roll. That's an 11.
Can I do any of my things to help him?
Not in this case, unfortunately, because you've already used it on Ada.
Oh, my bend luck? No, I used bend luck on Ada.
Oh, I suppose it
I didn't
depends
use
on
my
what you-
Tides of Chaos.
I guess that would give him advantage if you want to go for it.
Sure.
All right. Rolling again. Even worse.
Are you what? Oh my gosh, he got advantage. Well, let's. Oh crap!
It kind of also makes a little sense.
Yeah, it does.
Because
Yeah.
not only is he
if I use my bend luck, I'd have to roll at least 2, because it'd be 2d. Like if a d4 doesn't beat it, if he gets a 4, and would you let me roll 2 or not?
Not in this case.
Okay.
Grok, you managed to get the more or less a dummy made quite easily and quite fast. You get some rope, get some cloth, easily enough done. He begins to smash into it. You begin to move it back and forth to make sure he's aiming strikes and landing them. And with a 10, he's easily able to hit the dummy. With an 11, he's easily able to miss your fingers. So with that issue out of the way, you then go, yeah, you're doing it, and then like shoot out a cantrip to like give him a little bit more practice. With an 11, he's not able to like fully juke out of the way, and like immediately gets hit in the shoulder. He's like, no, you're doing good. Try another one. Shoot out another cantrip, and it hits him in the shoulder, causing his left hand to freeze, dropping the weapon. It's not looking good for Grok.
Yeah.
It's very much the case of Grok being he was trained in a certain way, and Nikolai thinking he'll train him in a certain way, but went a little bit too far.
Over the course of time, Grok is able to learn a few things here and there. Definitely is not able to level up outside of this, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But he did learn, that Nikolai's being mean.
I'm trying to help him.
I know, but that's not the way he's currently seeing it. We move over to Dust, which, ironically enough, I did have this map prepared. Dust, heading over towards the Jeweler's Guild, which, in fact, is here, because the capital would have many assortments. Coming here, you do see a Oni man with very long horns and looking towards you in a very more smoker's voice. Welcome to the Jeweler's Guild. My name is Tom. I've already used a Tom in this town. I'm going to switch it. All right, I'm naming that kid with the T name. I am switching his name immediately.
Victor, no.
Zorro.
Oh, no, I was just doing a goofball move with another V name.
I know. Honestly, it was something I thought of. I'm going to leave it there. Welcome to the Jeweler's Guild. My name is Kane. How can I help you?
Hi, Kane. My name is Dust. And I'll kind of put my Jeweler's Guild insignia down. I'm hoping to get some materials for projects in the future that I'll be working on here soon. Mostly gemstones.
All right, you do have the insignia, so you're definitely part of the membership. All right, what kind of gemstones are we looking for? Like diamonds, rubies, pearls. Technically, pearls aren't gemstones, but people use them as gemstones. Uh,
Not diamonds, rubies, sapphires, emeralds, stuff along those lines. No, I'm not too picky.
all right. Right now we have 2 rubies in the 200 gold range. We have 2 emeralds in the 100 gold range, and we do have diamonds, but you don't want diamonds. We do
Yeah,
have sapphires in the 250 gold range. We can definitely break them down, so whatever you need, whatever you need. We'll obviously do that work for free since you are part of the guild. So you only have to pay for the emerald price.
Mm-hmm. Trying to think. 500. Let's. I will go with 1 ruby and 2 emeralds.
All right.
The 400.
All right, sounds good. The raw core, do you want it cut for you?
Above game dogma. So normally Dust would be able to do the cutting, but it would be simpler if he was to get them cut.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Definitely. It would require time for you. For him, it still would require time, but because he's doing it, you can do other things.
Mm-hmm. How long would it take for it to be cut?
About an hour, give or take, for the entire thing.
Oh, for the entire thing. Oh, very, very well. We'll do. I'll have you cut them, then.
All right. He does take out like a little piece of paper that has like markings here and there. He puts in your name. He puts in your title currently. Work commission cutting these stones. ASAP, and he puts it down underneath the desk. All right. Come back here in an hour, and we should have it good to go. Anything else you need?
Oh, I was just going to explain to him how I wanted them done.
I hate taking the paper back out.
Yeah, I'll get the 2 emeralds in a pear shape, and then the ruby will be in heart.
He looks towards the heart one and puts some. He stops for a moment and does state, "Do you want like a loop around it, or do you want metal to keep it in position for maybe a necklace or the like?"
It will be. It will be metal. Will be keeping it in position. I will be making that part myself.
All right. He continues to write the notes then, and then finishes it off. Anything else?
I'd venture out a little bit, and I have come across some items that I'd like to get rid of, and they have family significance in some noble families in the past, potentially. But I was wondering if you would happen to have any information on some place where I could sell these off.
Depends what they're made of. You can probably sell some of them off here. Otherwise, you would probably have to go to a vendor in town.
I'm more of looking for most likely vendors because, in particular, I'm trying to get to pawn off some armor that I acquired that I have no need for.
You did say it had significance. I would recommend a vendor, but if you want more money out of it, and if it's of high importance, I would recommend a collector.
Collector would probably be the better option for this. And then would you recommend a particular collector?
There
I
are
do. It does come with papers.
there are a few in town. I can like give you the names for them if you'd like, or you can put the stuff here. I'll take a 5% commission fee, and I'll do the paperwork for you. Or you can do it yourself and get as much or as little money as you think you're able to get.
I think I'll try to do it myself.
All right, sounds good. The first one that would be of note. You said Armorson, correct?
Yes, armor. Yeah. Yes.
Would be Fallner, Everpetal. Fallner, Everpetal. You just need to know the first name. That's all that matters. Noble. Generally likes to collect things that are like pristine, cut. So if they are pristine and well made, definitely will be paying a high price for it. If it's expensive looking, even better. If it's like old, worn, and battle scarred, probably somewhere else. You'll definitely buy it, but you won't get the best fee for it. The other individual that you can probably communicate, if it is worn, torn, and actually used, is Planter. Planter is, how should I say this politely? A thief, charlatan, but he does like to collect things that have value and price in it. Value and price as in has been used, has been loved, has been worked with, rather than something that's just been sitting on a shelf. If you have something like that, you can definitely go to Planter. He works for, I don't know if he would tell you, the thieves in town.
Well, with him saying thieves, I don't think he would tell me.
Yeah, he
but
would. It's up to you, Dust, if you want to like push it further. But he's only giving you vague information. He's not like telling you. He's working for these people. You can find them there, unless you want that information.
no.
Yeah, he's just straight up telling you, this guy's a thief, but he pays well. All right.
Yeah, no. And with that, Dust will be like, I think this is all that I'll need. And thank you. I will return for those gems.
All right. The last one, however, is Zay. It depends on when you get her. Willing to work with you. You can find them in the Noble District near the castle.
And what do they kind of look for?
General stuff depends on what they either fancy on. Like if it's decorative, they'll buy it as long as it's good and well crafted. If it's decorative and gaudy, probably not. But they're the friendliest out of all three. You might be able to get the best price out of the other two, but you'll really have to haggle for that price. I'm just letting you know. Fulner themselves is a rock dwarf, so very good in haggling. Planter themselves, if you ever heard of dryads, is a dryad male, which is not thought possible. My guess is he's using some type of magic to make himself look like a dryad. Just saying. Kind of weird, kind of messed up, but just saying. He's rich, so people don't pay attention to him. And, he's also a thief, so if people do pay attention to him, they're either trying to arrest him or get out of his way. Zay is just a halfling. Nice, red hair. Friendly enough.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Of course. Anything else, Dust?
With that, Dust will leave, and he'll come back later for those gemstones.
Yeah. Here, easily. That.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and put them in your inventory.
Yeah. So 200 art. 2.
I'm gonna put everyone just about in the corner because technically you're not there.
Dust will try to eventually go to Fulmer, whether it's today or another day,
Mhm.
depending on time.
Uh,
Because with what he's trying to sell, like with the platinum armor, I would probably get the best price with Fulmer.
Yeah.
What are you trying to sell?
That platinum armor, that decorative platinum armor that I
Yeah.
got in the treasury in quota.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to sell that because it's pretty useless to anyone other than a collector.
Sure.
And I'm also going to be selling the sword that goes the +2 sword, and as well as the pedigree papers to go with it to possibly get even a higher price.
Yeah, potentially.
So actually, I think I'll do that on another day with visiting him.
Yeah.
Dust will, after visiting and getting that, he'll probably go back to the inn, and he'll work on going through the letters, and then also trying to decipher who this armor and the weapon was potentially, who potentially owned it, based off of the pedigree papers.
Okay. That's going to take
That he
some
has.
time, but you're able to do that eventually.
Yeah.
While Brock is training with Nikolai, maybe not meaning to be mean, but man, he's been downtrodden Grok for quite some time, unfortunately. And Dust working with the situation at hand, selling some things, buying some things, and then working on information that he's currently, trying to investigate. Going back in time, or at least going back a little bit before your team members left, Ada, looking around, finally breathing in the air of the city itself, you do spot one individual person here. You didn't expect them here, because the last time you saw them, they left your life forever. You know them as Amara, I forget how to pronounce the last name, but you can tell me if I'm wrong, Sarkhan.
Yeah, that's right. You got it.
Okay.
Yep.
She's not looking towards you. In fact, she's just taking a drink here and there. She does have like a weird black card next to her, like next to her drink. She's eyeing it back and forth here and there, like moving it around as if she's contemplating a decision. But you've just caught her. She hasn't caught you just yet. Is there anything you're doing?
Out of game. Out of game. What kind of check would Ada have to make sure she's actually there? Like it's not an illusion or anything?
Honestly, insight on yourself, I guess.
Alright, she's gonna make an insight check. And... there we
go. Looking at you and the situation in hand, you can tell that your companions are still there. Some of them get pushed off and dragged. You see Nikolai with Grok pushing him away. Bubbles? Grok's hair on fire? Honestly, yeah, good point. You never saw them have that, so it's possible she's an illusion.
Grok's hair's on fire? Grok's hair's on fire as well.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, good call. Eventually his hair, dissipates because it only lasts for 5 minutes. You see Dust currently working with some gemstones, bring out a massive set of armor and begins to leave, at least for a little bit. You can tell that these situations, unfortunately, are becoming common for you. But looking at the situation at hand, you can also tell that she is casting a shadow, which is honestly the main focus that you're looking in, which does indicate that there is a solid mass there. So there is someone sitting there. Whether or not it is your old friend, you can ask, you can look, but they look prettier than before. But other than that, they look like her, and someone is there. If you do need backup, the NPCs known as Vol and Opal are there. Vera is also there, but she's not a people person. I'm letting you know.
Ada walks over to Opal. Hey, can you do a favor for me?
Huh? Oh yeah.
Can you? You see that the elf over there, the one with the brown hair?
Oh yeah, the hot one.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her. She's an old friend of mine. Just in case if anything happens, can you just watch over us by chance?
Sure. Oh, so sorry for calling her hot. She's very attractive.
That's still the same word. Okay. Thank you, though. Alright, Ada's gonna walk over to Mara.
You head over towards her. Opal is keeping an eye on you, so thankfully enough, you do have someone watching your back. Maybe you need it, maybe you don't. Amara's like moving the card here and there. Hey, names! I just noticed that.
I realized that after I sent it to you, and I immediately felt bad. I didn't
It's fine.
expect that to happen.
Your
I
names are
apologize.
distinct enough that I won't get confused because you know your name. She's currently messing with her that weird black card, and looking past perception, you look down and you can read its name. It does have Monkey LLC. It looks like the card does tasks, but obviously it's not the same one. But she notices your boots after a bit. I don't know if Ada wears boots, but it feels appropriate. Notices your shoes, whatever. Looks down and then looks up towards your face. Immediate surprise! Like, you can tell that the color from her pale, almost I was about to say caramel white, but that made no sense. Eggshell white tone and hue from her skin, like, goes even whiter, goes even redder. You're not sure if she's mad, excited, worried. Hard to tell. But immediately you see her, like, change positions. Not as if, like, her emotions went away. It's more like the red in her face went away. The more oblique white disappeared, and looking towards you, she does state, "Oh, it's been a while."
It has been. I didn't know you were here, or anywhere by chance.
I mean, your parents kind of made it hard for me to keep having a job, you know, in the old city, so kind of had to move.
That makes sense. Do you mind if I sit here with you?
Open bar.
Very well. She's gonna sit across. Oh, that'll work. Sit across.
You click on your token, and when you drag it, you hit Alt if you want to
Oh.
sit a little bit more appropriately.
How would I do that?
Alt, click on your token, and then drag it.
Oh.
Or you can drag it and click Alt, and then unclick it, and it'll rearrange it. Or I can do it for you. Honestly, I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, that'll work. Thank you.
Looking towards you, she does state, "So, why are you in town?"
I'm with a couple of friends, or group mates, basically.
Parents don't like them either.
They don't know about them.
She looks. Actually, she wasn't paying attention to you, so she has no idea who you're talking about. Unlike you guys, she can't tell who silhouette tokens and who other people are. Looking towards this, she does state, "Well,
About that, I should have defended you or something. I don't know. I was young. I was 15.
I mean, so was I.
Fair enough.
Look, I get it. Standing up to your mom and dad, very hard to do. Like, you know, that's kind of why I'm traveling. Because at that age, when, you know, people find out and they're not okay with it, they kind of get mad for no reason.
Yeah.
And parents weren't also mad.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, it's been a few years now, though. Was able to meet with my older brother and youngest sister, though. Thankfully enough, they're fine. It's a good thing not every trait our parents give us go down the line.
hmm Um, weird question I'm throwing out. Has anything happened for the past 2 years?
Y- to me or to your mom and dad? Because I've only been, well, out of the entire situation over a year and a half when, that happened. I left after that.
Either here in the Isle or whatever happened to you? Both.
Well, I spent time with my mom and dad for about a year. It was hell. I left after that year. Decided to see if I could make work and do work in town. Your parents have influence. They told my parents, and then my parents told other people, and then so on and so forth. Unfortunately, gossip is a thing that happens. And well, I couldn't sustain a job for a while. Became a entertainer of travel, so I then left. And then been roaming south, trying to get a job here and there until I arrived to this city. Some places have been great. I've met nice people here and there. I've met shitty assholes too. Not everyone was great, unfortunately. But honestly, now I'm just debating on what to do next since, well, like I said before, I'm a traveling bard. Uh, I do work here and there, but mainly at night. With this, entire embargo in the middle of the night until sunrise, that cuts a lot of time in my actual schedule. And then I got an offer from this agent guy. I don't know. He said something about wanting to be a manager of high talent. She showed you the card. Been thinking about to take it or not because honestly, I'm running low on funds.
Yeah, honestly, I don't trust that guy. I met him earlier.
Yeah, it seems kind of shady. I was almost gonna check out his band. He gave me a flyer. Same flyer. Shows you the flyer. So I was gonna check them out and see what's going on there. Afterwards, I was gonna honestly make my decision.
Well, that's good for you. I'm guessing you haven't been in Isle for that long, have you?
Just for a few days. I know for some reason, they don't allow people to go out at midnight for some reason until the sun rises. If I had to guess, something is going on. They don't want people to find out, but there's no curly screams or no one dying or disappearing. If I had to guess, it's the actual government in this area doing something.
That would make sense. I mean, governments are always shady as hell, so,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, my mom and dad are originally from Aquis, and their main pedigree are elven nobles. So, I understand that. Can be kind of messed up. But, overall, though, this place seems nice. Can't really afford it. A lot of things are expensive, so trying to figure out what next to do.
well, if you want to, I recommend going to that band and seeing the manager. Maybe he'll help you out.
Honestly, maybe. You can see, she is relaxed. She is mellowing down. You saw her more skittish beforehand. You saw she was having trouble. You saw her, she is making a choice for her life right now. And then you coming in helped her relax, help her calm down. And then looking at this, she does state, yeah. Honestly, if you or your friend stops yourself, companions wouldn't mind accompanying me, I don't know what's going to go on in the place. I'm new here. I could use the help.
Well, I could definitely ask them.
I mean, it's
Knowing one of them, they would probably say yes.
cut to Nikolai throwing fake fireballs at Drock. You can do this!
What do you take me for? Fireballs?
Fake
What?
fireballs.
Oh, no,
Fireballs.
I would almost think that Ada would actually be thinking of dust at that moment.
Oh no, I literally thought of Nikolai in that moment.
Oh, okay.
I went the total opposite.
You can't make like ice knives, maybe like fireballs, though.
I thought it was funnier. Coming back to the bar, Ada, remembering that, or at least hearing that situation, Amara does look towards you. Thanks. You know, I really want to be mad, but other emotions are taking over, so I'm gonna go before I make this second meetup in the last few years awkward again.
That's good for you. It was good to see you, though.
Honestly, same. I really want to be mad, but I'm
Do you
not.
You have the right to be.
She takes the manager card, but she leaves the flyer, and she does begin to walk up. Looks towards you and does state, "You are right, but mad at your mom and dad. Honestly, we were both teenagers. Yeah, I'm upset by you, but honestly, you were 15, I was 15. Your parents basically have control over you when you were a kid, so I get why you didn't fight back or do anything or felt the same. I get it, but yeah." And then begins to head out before she makes this even more awkward, which she was trying to avoid.
Ada just watches her leave, taking the flyer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She heads back to Vol. She's gonna walk over to her, at least.
When you pick up the flyer, you see a small stone underneath it. It's about it looks more like glass than anything else, but it's like a two pyramids stacked on top of each other. I forget what that actually is.
Can I make an investigation check on
Sure.
the stone?
Wait. Say again what the stone was.
It looks like a
Looked like.
clear glass stone, but two pyramids stacked on top of each other. Flat end to flat end.
Oh, dude. Okay.
19. 19's pretty good.
I almost got a 1. It was so very close to becoming a 1, and I panicked.
It's an octahedron.
Octahedron, thank you. I know names now.
And that's just a shape, but if you're talking gemstone, I'm not sure what that is.
No,
most likely quartz.
This was cut like this. It wasn't organically this way. Anyways, 19's pretty good. Investigating the stone, you can tell that there's magic symbols inscribed into it. Can you read Draconic?
No, but I believe Dust does.
Nikolai can.
Yeah,
I was saying
Nikolai
it
can.
again.
Ada, you can tell that this is a language you cannot read, but maybe one of your companions that's currently out in the forest or out shopping can read this later on. However, you do have Oppo and Vol and Vera. Vera's not a person. There as well. When you come back, Oppo does look towards you. So, how did things go?
Could have been better. It felt awkward, to be honest.
Yeah, I get that.
You never seen an old friend from a very long time, and you caused some drama, tension between the two of us, and it caused her to leave and basically ruin her life. Do you ever Had that?
Oh yeah, same. She tried to stab me.
What?
I said I'm not the nicest person, didn't I?
Oh.
I
Are
mean, she
you
failed.
Okay, I'm not. Do you speak Draconic?
I speak many languages. Like,
So you can speak Draconic?
yeah.
All right, can you? I give her some. Can you read this?
All right. She looks at it. This is Draconic. She immediately casts a spell. Because she's just messing with you, and casts a spell, and then begin her vocal patterns begin to shift and change, and then her vocal patterns become back to normal, and then looking towards you, she does state, uh, this reads as Sending Stone. This is very expensive. Can I have this?
No. Can I have it back?
Hands it back towards you without saying anything.
Thank you.
Can I have it now?
No.
Well,
You're still not getting it back.
Overhearing no, Dust would have probably been out at this point in time.
Yeah, Adolfo, I think all the girls are technically here. Yeah. The girls have a few drinks here and there. Dust comes in at this point after a few drinks. Nikolai, if you want alcohol, you can have alcohol. I'm just saying it's very early in the morning. People judge. Grok judges. Grok comes in after
I'll
like
have,
a
like,
few
some,
fights
like,
here and there.
Propped on his shoulder, and he's kind of just like has his head down or something.
He's more or less morally upset than anything else. But everyone has returned at this point in time. Looking towards you, Dust, not looking towards anyone in particular, but looking towards the group, Dust just simply states. Sorry, not Dust. Grok just simply states. Look. Honestly, things have been great. I've been able to help people out here and there, but based off of what I've seen, and based off of people's feelings, I don't think I'm cut up for this, or at least cut up to be in your team. I'm definitely going to help out the country. That's perfectly what I intend to do. But honestly, I am demoralized. I've been insulted many times. And I
insulted seems like a strong thing to say. Honestly, I was trying to like.
Nikolai, let him speak.
Okay.
And I don't think, as a fighter is something you want. Well, a fighter as me is something you want. So, if you really want, I'll go with you. But honestly, I think I'm gonna go back to his more advanced training and actually learn something here and there rather than taking hits for other people.
Rock. I thought the best of you, and you need to do what's best for you. I thank you for coming with us as far as you have. And hope you learned something while you were out.
I did. Honestly, that's why I intend to still help out. But based off of what you're doing, and based off of the skills that Nikolai showed me that I am in no way near comparable of, I am a liability at this point, and I do not want that for your team.
Go ahead and keep the sword and the armor that I gave you. Those are yours. They could potentially help you in the future.
Thank you. I will be spending the night, and of course I will still be here in your team until you leave the city itself. So if you need anything else from me, I will still be here. I am intending to see the team leave. But as of right now, I am more or less persuaded to join another team and make sure that they are protected. Because Judging by all of you, you can clearly protect yourselves. He turns to get a drink. He does honestly have respect for everyone. It's just, man, he's been taking hits left and right. While he doesn't fully understand Nikolai's helping him, it's like I can clearly see I am way, way underpowered compared to these guys. I am just gonna be someone they're gonna target and hurt your team.
Dogma, how much HP does Grok have?
Grok has a total of 25 HP.
Oh my god. I can take him out in one hit. Easily.
Yeah, no,
Oh my
so
gosh. That's less than half of my HP. Oh, okay, yeah, he needs to go do some other stuff. Like go train some younglings and be a scoutmaster or something. Maybe like a guild master for some paladins or something.
Oh, sorry. That was his last level. He recently leveled up. He has 32
Yeah.
HP.
That's
But
still less
still.
than half.
He does have resistances, which is great, but his HP pool is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But he'll also be like, well, with this trip, I hope you did learn on the path that you want to travel, because I know when we first met, you weren't sure where you were wanting to go.
Quite true. I do plan to still help out. While you're in the city, I do plan to stick around and hang out. Again, I have high respect for all of you, and I see you all as companions, friends, allies. And while you're here, I definitely plan to enjoy myself with all of you. I'm just not going to be that one guy in the back you have to always protect. I do plan to get stronger. I do plan to get better. Just right now, I am not any of those things. Very looks towards him and goes, well, I see you understand that much. If you'd like, you can accompany me to the wild forest. If you'll have me. No, I already have a husband, no offense. And you're quite young for me.
I'm
did
pretty
not
sure
mean it that way.
She meant, I could tell. Yeah, sorry.
Nikolai, you try to defend Grok, and she does state, I get this all the time. It's why I always turn people down. I don't know why.
He's not trying to come on to you. He's just saying that he wants to have somebody that is equal in his abilities, and that you could travel together.
Well, regardless, looks like the joke flew over everyone's head. Guess not everyone's as comical as I. Do you really think I have a husband? I hate people.
Oh, see, wow. I mean,
The one time he tries to tell a joke.
That's downing yourself in any ways. I mean, I fell for it. I mean, you got one over on me. And he fakes laughing and gets another drink and just stares off into the distance.
Is Nikolai drunk?
I don't know. Is he?
Wait, who's really drunk? Nikolai?
Me? Am I drunk? I mean, I've only had 3 drinks.
You're
Probably
Nikolai, you're
No.
Can I grab 3 more drinks? Yeah, I'm grabbing 3 more drinks. Heavy drinks.
3 copper. 4 copper apiece.
I don't think
I'll put down a gold piece.
You have
Create a tab.
drinks for the night. Dust, you were saying?
Dust will just be like, I would like to get some more information on the this military cipher that was introduced to me. You introduced to me a little while ago. Maybe while we're still in town, you can give me the ins and outs.
Yeah, definitely.
And then,
I can take you to my captain.
yes, yeah, that would be great. Probably, and at this time, Dust would see the sending stone with in Ada's because she's playing with it. I'm reading.
Yeah, she's currently twirling it on the table, trying to see how it works or what it is. She knows it's magical. She knows it's expensive. She knows what a sending spell is, so it's not that difficult to determine what this is. But Dust, you do realize that she has
23.
something
Yeah.
very expensive there. And unfortunately, Nikolai, your buzz is beginning to be diluted.
I know. Why?
It's almost as if the it's almost as if the innkeeper swapped out one of the alcohols that you were having for like juice. Non-alcoholic beverages.
Hey, excuse me, you lovely blonde-haired bartender.
Yes.
What is the most spirit-heavy alcohol drink you have?
I do have something called the Phantom Spider. It is very alcoholic, and I do not recommend it unless you are a Goliath, an Orc, or other.
There has not been a drink that I've had that's blacked me out yet. So you're gonna have to try something that's really hard.
I am not going to serve you that because you sound like an alcoholic, and I will not be a part of this.
Please let me have it. Can I persuade her?
Roll persuasion disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
She's not going to help you
10.
without
no,
probable
my God.
cause.
And I will aid the innkeeper and be like, no, he doesn't need it.
10?
Yeah. 10's not good enough, unfortunately.
What
She looks
about-
towards you, Nikolai. She claps both your hands together with hers, and she does state,
What
"Listen,
do I need to be?
more than a 10, I can tell you that much. I'm not gonna tell you, because bad luck. All right, go ahead and roll
13.
13. Unfortunately, not. I will tell you 16 would have beat it though.
Oh, nice.
The innkeeper clasps both of your hands with hers, and she does state, "Listen, I understand. Life is difficult, but you don't need to be intoxicated every moment of your life until you pass out or attempt to try to pass out, because that is
How
not
was it?
healthy for you." She pats both of your hands, begins to get the drinks and food for everyone else. Dust, you look towards Ada with her sending stone, like twirling it around.
Ada, would you like me to make something with that?
Anna looks up. Sorry, what?
That stone in your hands. Would you like me to make something for you with that? Ring, necklace, bracelet? Your choice.
Yeah, I guess a bracelet. But it's not really mine. I shouldn't do that.
Dust, go ahead and roll history with advantage, because this is kind of your thing.
Okay.
Oh
That's
my
a
god! Whoa!
Dust,
I know my gemstones!
yeah, you do. Looking at the information you have, looking at the gemstone, you can tell that based off of how it's cut, how it's cleaned up, this is a set of 2, which means that there are 2 of these variants. Based off of the information that you have, and like you can see the insignia description, and I'm gonna say Opal tells you. She's a busybody, so honestly, she would tell you. She tells you it's a sending stone, and based off of this, you can discern that these 2 stones can call one another. In fact, when you turn it, you do get another insignia inscription. It's kind of like a phone number for sending stones, so it's pair. So if this doesn't belong to her, this is connected to the sending stone that the other person has. To get other communication between other sending stones, you have to go out of your way to find other sending stones and connect them together through an arcane ritual, which is easy enough to do with Dust's information, because you roll a natural 20. I'm going to give you that already. And how Ada tells you how she found it on the table underneath a piece of paper. You can tell that this was left for her, just in case, or hey, I'm going to leave this here. If you need anything, give me a call. Kind of situation.
Ada,
Yes.
that stone right there, that sending stone right there in your hands, was given to you for a purpose. They gave it to you so that you could contact them. That is a 2-part sending stone. Potentially more. but the person who gave that to you wants to speak with you at times.
Well, that's shocking.
And what I can do is I can make it so that it'll be always with you. And it's something that you can value.
Dust, you can also tell, because you got an after 20, this sending stone is rough. It's definitely a sending stone. It definitely does work. But there's like faults here and there. The cutting is not quite right. It doesn't cause any problems with the sending stone itself, but you can tell that this person spent a lot of time, a lot of money to just get the bare bones of this. You can definitely clean it up and definitely help that out, but you can tell that the person that made this was, I wouldn't call them an expert, but definitely a novice, and definitely someone that wound up being lucky. But
And if you want, and with that, I'll be like, I'll clean it up, make it look nice, and if possible, I'll even be willing to do it to the other one as well. For you. And your friend.
Right then, Dust. Ada sits up from her chair and walks over to him. I trust you. And she hands it to him.
Okay. You're easily able to do it. It's over the night. Nikolai, you
Yeah.
try to crouch over, get some more drinks around the corner. The bartender scoots
Bring it,
you
Nikolai.
off.
I was trying to flip my character over.
Okay.
How do I do the flip thing? I gotta do the flip thing.
I'll just do it manually.
Flip.
Flip it over a table or counter.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys enjoy a nice meal, a nice drink here and there. You can tell that Vera and Grok are doing their own thing. Vera protecting nature because she thinks that's more important than you guys. You can definitely still persuade her. Grok leaving because he doesn't want to be an impairment to your team. You can still persuade him if you want. I'm not saying they're gone permanently, or you won't see them in game if they do leave the party. I'm just saying right now, things aren't looking great for the team. Vol has yet to make up her mind, and Opal just got there. While Nikolai begins to play the piano, I will tell you that tonight...
Oh, sorry, I couldn't flip him back.
I honestly forget what the command is. But while Nikolai begins to play the piano and perform, you can tell that he really wants to be drunk. Very good piano playing, though. Obviously playing that well because he's losing his buzz. Trying to keep it up, though. You can tell that things are changing and will change once you leave the city. If you decide to bring Vera and Grok along, it now requires a persuasion. Grok demoralized and Vera thinking nature is more important than people. Which, honestly, it depends on your own viewpoint, and I think both are very important. But that aside, though, you still have things to do in this town, and you can definitely take a rest, however long you want. Definitely a day, definitely another day, a day after that. But eventually, you will have to go back to the bare, grim bones of life that you lead. Wow, that was a weird sentence. Eventually, you will have to go back on the adventure that is your life, and what you find in the other cities may be more dangerous, or primal, or maybe just a little bit more happier. Because that one city, while content, was a little bit happy because no one was fighting and no one was in trouble. But it was also really, really heavily controlled by demonic forces. And honestly, you did good there. But what happens now is for you to decide. Maybe you'll meet new people. Or maybe you'll meet new friends or old friends. Or a band later tonight. We'll figure that one out as we end the session for today.